Hello guys, welcome back. It is time to update the market, I believe, after yesterday's dump. And before we start, if you guys are learning and enjoying from the contents, do not forget to like the video and subscribe. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe and activate the bell so you do not miss the accurate market updates. Starting from the BTC under a higher time frame, a weekly time frame. As you can see, we've got over 4 days to close this weekly candle. However, as I keep mentioning, the primary level under a weekly time frame is going to be around 36,500, 36,700 levels. However, I'm going to show you something interesting. As you remember, this bear divergence on the weekly time frame that we've been covering since the end of January and mid of February. And I'm not going to recap. However, recently, once we broke the level 50, that was my expectation to hold the level 50 and then we can carry on with a further consolidation to go all the way up. But as I mentioned, the maximum level that we should hold is going to be around 45. So in the previous week that we saw the 44 held, and from the 47 we got another rejection with yesterday's dump. So expecting the same thing, as long as we're going to be holding 45 level, and then it will prevent us to go all the way down to 30 level or maybe below. We don't know yet. In order to do that, we need to have a look into lower time frames. So the level on the other side, we need to watch 45, ideally breaking the 50 level. Moving on to a daily time frame. Under a daily time frame, we need to close above 35,000 and 35,500 levels. Ideally, 36 does work, claiming the resistance as a support, and we are good to go towards the next resistance levels above us. So the market was bullish after we saw yesterday's beautiful this green candle. However, today's candle looks promising, but we've got over 9 hours to close that. But again, we saw this type of green candles right around on the 22nd of May, as you can see it right in here. As long as we're going to be on the bear's control, this type of bullish candles, as a pin bar, hammer candle, whatever you call it, it doesn't have more effect in the market. Moving on to a 4-hour time frame. Before we move on to the multiple time frame analysis, I would like to recap. Ignore this support level, that expected dump for the crypto Twitter. If we're going to break the higher time frame Fibonacci level at around 27,200, then I will be looking at towards the downside, and that's being updated via my Twitter account. So if we're going to analyze the market, what happened as soon as we hold the $31,000 with a $25 difference, and I said we're going to go all the way up. Once we came to the resistance level, as you can see, I also covered in the previous videos that we're going to come around to support number 1. And from there, highly likely, as I said, we're going to go to resistance number 2. And that provided, with the lower time frame confirmation, that provided to us around 33% spot profit. However, from resistance number 2, as I mentioned, it won't be easy for the bulls to break the resistance number 2. And as soon as we lost, that my expectation was to come to resistance number 1, the lower line of this resistance, and to hold this level in order to go up. However, by losing 1 hour, 2 hour time frame, as well as I mentioned on my Twitter account, that 4 hours started fainting. So there you go. Most of the trades got stopped out, and that was a short signal all the way towards the support number 2. That also provided another over 15% spot profit. If you were doing a leverage, you did the maths for yourself, 10 times that would have been giving you already 170, 150% profit. However, these levels are extremely risky. As you know, we're in a range now on the higher time frame, and therefore, if you don't have a solid system, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get chopped out. And all these updates have been provided in the last 72 to 48 hours via my Twitter account at CryptoMagnate8. You can follow for the market and instant technical analysis via Twitter. Also, if we're going to carry on from there, as I said, this support level is supposed to hold. My level was around support level number 2, and as well as the higher time frame, this Fibonacci level. If we're going to look on the higher time frame, as you can see, I've been talking in the last few weeks. In these support resistance boxes, we've been following nearly a month. So maximum level that I was expecting to come all the way up to here, and then this supposed to hold, because this is extremely important, which is a mirror image of the 618 for the bulls to protect, and that was on the higher time frame as well as the multiple time frame Fibonacci. However, as I said in my Twitter account today, most of the crypto Twitter expected that we're going to come at around 24 to 22,000 level. Again, I'm repeating, this level without breaking the 382, which is $27,000, it is too early for us to talk about $24,000. If you want to learn all this technical analysis, what I'm showing to you, and if you want to become an independent professional, or you're interested in the institutional trading system, you can message me via Telegram at Magnate8, and one-on-one intense mentorship is available. It only takes you 5 to 10 hours to master this all. And during the course, you will learn day trading, i.e. scalping, swing, and as well as the long-term as an investor trading systems. Moving on to multiple time frame analysis, 4-hour time frame. As you can see, after we broke with this candle and we couldn't manage to break the lower line of this resistance number 1, which is around 36,350 level. So candles got rejected one by one, all of the candles week to week, body to body rejection, and second time retest, it didn't happen, and as a result we saw this dump in the market. Exactly the same thing happened at around here on the lower time frame. I will show you. So at the moment, 4-hour time frame, as soon as we lost this level of 37,500, we went underwater on the 4-hour time frame. In order to be bullish on the 4-hour time frame, in the next 72 hour plus, we have to break this lower line of this resistance number 1, and further consolidation, break it, reclaim it as a support, and we are good to go towards the $40,000. However, it is too early for us to talk about it because we didn't get a confirmation on the lower time frames. Moving on to 2-hour time frame. When we look into a 2-hour time frame, we can see clearly that you can see it one by one. These candles got rejected from the lower line of this resistance number 1, which we've been following since the 4th of June. And as you can see, the same thing applies around here. The candlesticks got stuck, and then we had a bear signal on the 2-hour time frame. Then we start moving towards the south side. As soon as we broke the level of this $36,500, $36,000, I updated via Twitter that this level, the 2-hour time frame, lost the level of the lower line of this resistance. As a result, highly likely we will go in the first place support number 1 and as well as the support number 2. So since the yesterday's dump, we had on the 2-hour time frame this bullish engulfing candle. So as a result, we're going all the way up. However, as you can see, the similar scenario is keep repeating right at this moment, and we are getting rejection week to week, and then candles got rejection right upper line of this support number 1. So as you can see, we didn't manage to close above this candle to go further up. However, this is not a scary scenario. We might see a decent pullback, then on the lower time frame, once we're going to get confirmation, we are good to go towards the resistance number 1. In order to be bullish on the 2-hour time frame in the next 48 to 72 hours, we have to break 35,500, 35,000 level in order to go further up to upper line of this resistance number 1. As I said, I'm expecting a minor pullback, then a little bit of consolidation. As long as we're going to get a confirmation on the 1-hour and 2-hour time frame, we've got high chance to go and visit $38,000. Moving on to 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, we can see a clear pictures. As you can see, since the morning 1 a.m. UTC time, we got stuck and we could not manage to break the upper line of this support number 1, which is acting at the moment as a resistance. As soon as we're going to remain below this level, we will see a pullback in the market. But this is a lower time frame. I'm not giving too much weight on the lower time frames. However, 1-hour time frame started giving a bullish signal, but it will take another, I would say, 12 to 48 hours to get a full confirmation. In order to be bullish on the 1-hour time frame, we have to manage to break and close above this level at around 34,500 area. So since yesterday's post, we've been already up by 10% spot profit. Again, if you're a leverage trader, 5 times 50%, 10 times 100% profit. Moving on to Ethereum. As soon as we lost the lower line of this resistance number 1 on the daily time frame, we went towards the south. However, on the 4-hour time frame, as I mentioned in the previous video, that was a fake out. As soon as we lost the support number 2, we went all the way to south. And I also provided the levels that we may go all the way up to the black line. That's the major support under a higher time frame. That would have been already provided another 18% for the Ethereum. However, I didn't expect that we're going to break this support as well as this black level. This black level, it is around $2,000. It's a main Fibonacci level on the higher time frame. As you can see, the price action came and then broke, stayed a little bit, and then we went further down yesterday. So at the moment, again, we're having a battle with this main important support level. And this is acting at the moment as a resistance. And in the last video, I clearly mentioned that even if we're going to break this level, which I wasn't expecting, and we should be looking at in the 24 to 72 hours. And I'm expecting, again, going to see how this level is going to react. In the next 24 to 48 hours, we have to break and then stay above, claim as a support. At the moment, as I said, it's acting as a resistance, and then we are good to go towards the support number 1 and support number 2. And bear in your mind, this support number 1 and 2 is going to act as a resistance. Also, we've been following these levels since the beginning of the June. 4-hour time frame, as I said, heavily underwater. In order to be bullish, we have to close above 2,300, 2,400 level in order to go to up all the way towards the 2,800 level, which is going to be the resistance number 1. Moving on to 2-hour time frame. Under 2-hour time frame, as soon as we lost this level at around 2,450, we came all the way back, retested it, and it didn't allow, as you can see, week to week rejection from there, and 2-hour time frame started towards the bearish territory. At the moment, 2-hour heavily under the bear's control. In order to be bullish on the 2-hour time frame, we have to break the lower line of this support number 1. Breaking it as an acting resistance, claim it as a support, and we are good to go, as I said, towards the upside. However, for the Ethereum, I'm keep mentioning I'll be keeping an eye on 4-hour time frame. Moving on to 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, as I mentioned, that 2,550 level was the confirmation for the bears. On the 1-hour time frame, as soon as we lost 2,500 and 2,600 level, we went towards the bears control. In order to be bullish in the next 12 to 24 hours, maybe a bit more, we have to break and stay above 2,050 and 2,100 level. And at the moment, I'm getting a signal that we may get a bullish confirmation on the 1-hour time frame. However, if you're not scalping, this is less reliable time frame for the Ethereum. And we came to an end of this episode. If you guys enjoyed, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.